In this video, you are going to learn about kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy an object has due to its motion. For example, a person running, a ball that's been thrown, or a plane flying through the air. All of these examples are objects with kinetic energy. And that kinetic energy comes from the fact that these objects are moving. And if you need to calculate an object's kinetic energy, you can use this equation, which says that the kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv squared, where m is the mass of the object in kilograms, v is the speed of the object in meters per second, and k is the object's kinetic energy, and that has units of joules. And now here's a few notes. If the object is not moving, the kinetic energy would be equal to 0. And finally, if you're asked to find the change in kinetic energy, that's just the final kinetic energy minus the initial kinetic energy. Now let's do an example to practice using the kinetic energy equation. In this question, we have a car that's traveling with a speed of 20 meters per second. And we are told that it has 2.5 times 10 to the 5 joules of kinetic energy. And we want to know, at what speed will the car have 5.0 times 10 to the 5 joules of kinetic energy? Now the first thing I want to do is write out my kinetic energy equation, which would be equal to 1/2 mv squared. Now we want to solve for the speed of the object, so we will rearrange and isolate for v. And when we do that, we get this equation. And now we know the kinetic energy, but what we're missing is the mass. But we can use these values to solve for the mass. So again, I will write out my kinetic energy equation, but this time I will rearrange and isolate for the mass. And after I do that, all I have to do is plug in my values. And we find that the car's mass is 1,250 kilograms. And now we have everything we need to solve for the speed. All I have to do is plug in my values, and we find that the car's speed must be 28.3 meters per second in order for it to have 5.0 times 10 to the 5 joules of kinetic energy. And with that, that's the end of this lesson on kinetic energy and how you can use the kinetic energy equation.